summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Play action, they'll throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
To DeMarcus Robinson.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. Come up empty here on fourth down. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard
line. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's first and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first-quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mac Wilson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. 3rd down here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. This ball complete to Logan. I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Now at 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Being chased out left. Open middle, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's got it. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Allen off the play fake. That is caught inside the 5. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Mack Wilson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Willie Gay on the...
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first two possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here comes the Bears punter now.
Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. It's running for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 39.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jalen Reagor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Lions 21, Bears nothing. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First down, Chicago.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
Gain of 12.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jerome Baker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Bears,
Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer.
There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness. And
I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Bullock good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
5-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chuck. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Allen. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jalen Reagor. His 2nd touchdown of the game. His 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At
at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen now looks to throw. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jerome Baker getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Says this will be incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of 1st. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
A pickup of 10.
They'll try and throw for it here. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 30. Past the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Randy Bullock set to kick off.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Allen. Allen complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
At the 40-yard line.
Lay back, fire like dragon. When I fly past Saturn, they hear like I ain't that savage.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Allen. Will get this out to Barkley complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's got his tight end fan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DJ Chark with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Lions 42, Bears 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 8. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Troy Apke, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like when we talk about the defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? They run. It's Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And the 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and wait another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That catch good for only a couple.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Allen going to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Allen. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. K.J. Hamler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. The pass to Brown as he holds it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. John Brown. 75 yards. And the Bears are able to make things a bit more respectable. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you bring him back and let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears. Touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw that happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. This is the tight end fake. They'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. K.J. Hamler with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Lions 70, Bears 21. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right in your foot.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Kevin King there defensively.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Allen now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, this is caught, but he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Allen. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Lions 77, Bears 21. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen, eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So Allen's going to look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes it.
Intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
for a lot of coaches,
I'll be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for John Brown. Incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Handler now on the return. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Today